Hello everyone, my name is Marcus and I'm a designer and animator, and today in this video I'm gonna share with you how to design this poster inside Adobe Illustrator. Hello everyone and welcome. As probably you saw on the intro, we're going to be designing this poster here. So it's actually visually is quite simple, although there's like some playfulness with typography here, and I designed this and I really liked it when I designed it and posted it on in my Instagram. And then I know there is not like many techniques here involved, but there is like some nice ways to work with typography, and I really wanted to show you and to share with you what was behind my mind when I was designing this. So let's go. First thing, I'm gonna use a 1700 by 2400. Sorry, you probably can't see this because I actually increased the resolution of the icons in Illustrator to be a little bit bigger, so when I'm screen recording this in 4K, the icons will be very small. So trust me, it's just 1700, 2400, and then press create. You're gonna have a artboard more or less the same size as this. And here is also the colors that I'm going to be using in this tutorial. And yeah, let's go. So first thing we want to do, just get our type tool here. Gonna just write something, gonna write hola, which means hello. I imagine everyone knows. And I'm gonna just scale this up a little bit, and then I'm going to use not Futura, Helvetica. I'm gonna use a Helvetica new. I'm gonna change it to medium, maybe bold even. Yeah, bold. Cool. And with our type selected, I'm gonna select it again and going to right click and create outlines. So one thing I like to do with typography is sometimes just play with like geometrical figures, like the letter O. It actually could be like, instead of being actually a letter, we can actually use a circle ellipse tool here and just make a perfect ellipse and using instead of the O. So it creates a little bit more like custom touch on it. I could definitely do this design using the letters, but sometimes it's nice to play around with like typography and shapes and see what you can achieve using those both techniques. So I'm going to just delete the letter O, and then I'm going to get my ellipse tool here, and then I'm going to, from the top of the H to the bottom of the H, I'm using my smart guides here. I'm going to make a nice perfect circle. Then I'm going to put them together, intersect them there. Same thing here, and then the A until I stop seeing the letter of the L there. Maybe I'm gonna just match it there perfectly. Nice. I'm gonna select this. I'm gonna just center it as better as I can for now. Using the direct selection tool, I'm going just to select these points inside here, and I'm going to just delete them. I don't want to see any holes. I want this to be like feel almost like a stencil. So I'm just trying to make that happen. Like we don't need the hole on the A to understand this is an A. So if you don't need it, that's unnecessary. And this is probably the most nice way to see it. Let's say like that. So I'm going to select all these letters, and then I'm going to Window, and then Pathfinder. I'm going to find our Pathfinder tool here. I'm going to just collect them all using the Unite. Perfect. And then I'm going to zoom in really quick. Using the rectangle tool, I'm going to make a really nice rectangle, the same size of the L letter here. Just make sure. Perfect. I'm gonna drag it here, rotate it, put it on the A. I want to make a really nice detail on this A. Going to extend it. Maybe I'm gonna get some guides here just to help me to understand until when I could push this. It's nice to use guides like to make like some concise decisions, and just to make it like look a little bit more tidy. Let's just connect this as well, and this is pretty much it on the typography design. The next thing is let's just maybe scale this a little bit more. Actually, when I get another guide, I'm gonna put on a letter A here, and then I'm going to just get the guides in. I'm gonna just push this corner of the A to the guide here, so it matches perfectly, and that's it. So I wanted to have the A like this because I wanted to feel like the same side of the H in case I wanted to make like a more blocky composition. And you know what, this is for you can do whatever you want in design. So this is a good way to actually experiment a little bit. Even if you want, let's like try to distort the H. Maybe it will work nice as well. Maybe the L. Make it a little bit thicker. I think sometimes we need to do more of that. We respect typography. I think it's very important. We don't mess around too much. But I think it's important also we use typography as a raw material for more things to happen. The typography is like it's a beginning of something. Then we can do so much more over it, using it, and yeah, it doesn't need to be the last thing you use. And cool. I was just trying to be a little bit philosophical here, but didn't work well. Sorry. Just make a few copies here. Nice. Gonna make a few more. Just be sure to connect them nicely, not to overlay them, but as long as they touch like this, will be perfect. Select again these two. Make a little more copies here, and just gonna drag this up, and then two more. Oh, these two are actually connecting there. I don't want, like, maybe I don't know if I want the O's to connect like that. Just make sure they are not doing it, because I don't want to overlap the colors. If you know what I mean. And maybe the O's actually need to be a little bit smaller. And yeah, I think that's probably the case. So, but the way actually, I don't want to make the letter O, the circles a little bit smaller. I'm gonna actually maybe extend the top of the letters a little bit. I'm gonna select using the direct selection tool here. Gonna just select this top. Gonna do the same thing here, so they all match perfectly. I'm gonna do that. Sorry for that. This is such a big mistake, but although I think it's nice to actually make some mistakes, so then we can actually learn together. And perfect. Two more copies. So for match, I think it's 6 colors. Yeah, it is 6 colors. Perfect. Select them all, scale them a little bit. Something like this. Even just like this, I really like it. I know I always say this, like on my tutorials or wherever we can call this. I always say, oh, I like that this way, but yeah, I think the process is a beautiful thing. You know, like sometimes in the middle of the process is better than when you finish the process. You know, like, oh, I should have stopped it before. It was much better. And yeah, here's the colors. Here's the text. I really like this, like cold colors and then warming up colors, which I think is really cool. And that's pretty much it. Let's just make a background for it. That's really nice background here. I think I use like a grayish color for the background. I actually don't know. Let's just double click here. Just gonna get the same color. And oh my god, there's a kid crying outside and it just makes so much noise. I hope my microphone doesn't get it. And yeah, this is pretty much it. I don't know how long this tutorial was, but I'm pretty sure it was pretty quick. And let me know what you think, if you liked it, and if you want to see more like typography inspired tutorials in posters. And yeah, I hope to see you in the next time. Bye bye.